Hello, my wonderful Aries. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, guys, so we have two cards here. The first card, vacate, get away, relax, have fun. And then we have toxic, drama, arguments, incompatible. Seems to me that you could be moving away or distancing yourself from a situation that feels, toxic, or it feels like you're unable to get through to someone. You could feel very misunderstood in this situation here. Okay. For others of you, there could be something pertaining to travel plans or wanting to be in more of a lighthearted energy or introduce more excitement into a connection, specifically for those of you that feel like you've been, there's been a lot of arguing or bickering or a lot of conflict. It's like, let's go back to when, things were a little less, complex, or let's do something to come out of a space of constantly, feeling very conflicted with each other. Okay, let's see. So we have the Four of Swords, which is a card of healing or resting. So yeah, there definitely could be some sort of plans that you're making, whether it's with someone else or just for yourself to kind of get away or take some sort of a mental or emotional break. And we have the Ace of Swords. You could be having a breakthrough moment as you're distancing yourself from this situation, or the Ace of Swords could be communication, incoming communication, but it's occurring while you're in a space or a period of solitude here. So it may be something that you don't expect. Okay. So I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. Okay. The Nine of Wands. This person is viewing you in a very guarded energy. So it could be that they feel you quite literally do not trust something about this situation, right? Or you could have this person blocked where they're trying to get through to you, they're trying to communicate with you, but they feel like, again, they don't have a way of communicating with you, or it's someone who feels like they don't know what to say to get through to you. So they feel like you've made your mind up. And they're definitely viewing you in a very guarded energy. This could also be read as like, a bit defensive, right? So whether it's you don't trust this person, this situation, or you feel very hurt by them or misunderstood, but they feel like you've set very clear boundaries here. This is someone who feels like you were very open with them in the past, or you were very lenient in a situation, but in the now they feel like that has changed. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Cups in the challenge position. Definitely feel like this is someone who's looking at a commitment or a connection with you and possibly feeling like they mishandled something, or their response to something that you've communicated in the past wasn't really the most mature response. The Page of Cups could be, a difference in emotional maturity levels, but it could also be someone who feels like they were doing things in the spur of the moment, or they should have thought about something thoroughly before acting on it. Because it could be a bit of an impulsive energy. It could kind of be when your head is in the clouds a little bit, but that energy could also backfire on you. Hence why those two cards are coming up in the challenge position here. It's like mishandling a situation with you, and more specifically, mishandling a commitment here with the Ten of Pentacles. This is someone who feels like there's potential here, or you guys could have had it all. But the way that they handled things, or the lack of emotional maturity when it comes to this situation, is what impacted the ability for the both of you to be together, or so that's how they feel. There's a lot of reflecting that this person is doing. Could even be turning inward, or there's something here that they're realizing about themselves or the role that they played in this situation here. How are you viewing them? The Seven of Cups. You're very confused, or you feel like this is someone who is giving you mixed signals. So it's resulting in you having mixed emotions. Maybe some days you feel you really know what's going on, or you feel like you have the clarity, and other days you feel very confused. This could be an individual who says one thing and does another. But for you to be viewing them in the Seven of Cups energy, you either feel like they're very confused themselves, but it's resulting in them confusing you, right? So you may view them as a confused individual, but a confused individual is going to give you mixed signals. So on your end, when you're trying to figure things out or put certain things together to make sense of it, it's very difficult. You are wanting a clear answer from this person. Some of you feel a bit strung along, or you feel this is someone where you can tell the emotions are there, but they're not really sure of what they want to work towards or where this connection is headed. And so the uncertainty, or what you don't know, could be causing an emotional gap between the both of you. There could really be a strong energy of you wanting to know if you and this person are on the same page. And you could also be, becoming very tired of playing the guessing game here with that Seven of Cups energy. Some of you are dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, so in your feelings, we have the Temperance. Some of you could be dealing with the Sagittarius. And we have the Five of Pentacles. It's like you are acknowledging that you have emotions towards this person, but you also feel like an outsider in your life. So I wonder if for some of you, you feel you have invested more time and energy into this connection than this person has, or you feel like this is someone that is not opening up to you entirely. And it's not to say that they haven't tried to open up to you. They haven't tried to open up to you. But I feel for some of you, you genuinely feel that when this person opens up, they only open up to an extent. And there's certain things that they just do not want to speak about. Or there's certain things that they mask. And that could obviously cause difficulty when it comes to connecting with someone on a deeper level. If you feel like they're not letting their guard down, or if you feel like they're only open to an extent. And so it leaves you wondering, or it leaves you guessing. Because as much as you feel a connection with this person with the Temperance, the Five of Pentacles, you also feel a disconnect. You also sometimes question your position in this person's life, because it could even be particularly this week that you feel like an outsider in their life. I feel like you're missing this person, but there's something lacking in this connection where, you're wondering if the balance is something that you guys can restore in this connection, if it's something that you guys can work through, or is there a lesson that you're learning from this person, from this connection? You could also be reminded of the past, or you're feeling a bit nostalgic this week. Because with the Five of Pentacles, she is looking back. So there could be something here that is causing you to backtrack, or maybe there are certain things that are reminding you of this person. It seems to me that you wish someone would open up a little more to you and trust you and allow you in as you allowed them into your space as well. And I'm specifically getting, some of you feel you've invested more time and energy, and you were a lot more open with this person than they were with you. Okay, we have the Hermit. Some of you could be dealing with the Virgo and the Queen of Swords. So there's a strong energy of keeping to yourself. So this could be a week where, you're in a period of solitude, or as you're in a period of solitude, there's also something that's being illuminated to you. In traditional tarot, the hermit, the reason he's holding a lantern, the lantern is symbolic for some sort of wisdom or information or clarity that you gain while you're going through, a dark period or a period where you're healing and feeling restless. And the Queen of Swords is, your head is not in the clouds. You know the truth about this person or this situation. So even if there's, it's very conflicting because this person is sending you mixed signals, there's something that is going to be coming to light for you about this situation where it could be a little bit bittersweet. But I think you're going to feel good at the end of it because you're not confused and you're receiving, the truth or the clarity that you've been seeking. Queen of Swords and the Hermit is also a strong energy of being honest with yourself. Is there something here that you were avoiding thinking about? Is there certain emotions that you were avoiding feeling, Aries, right? And the Hermit and the Queen of Swords is when you come to terms with, okay, well, this is how it is. This is what it is. And it's accepting that and not thinking about what you may want it to be. So we have the Justice card clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you definitely could have been in a higher level of commitment with this person, maybe even marriage with the Justice and the Ten of Pentacles. It's interesting that those two cards are coming up in the challenge position, and we have the King of Swords. Wow. And when you have the Justice, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, that could be a recent separation, maybe even a divorce here. Some of you could be dealing with the Libra. Yeah, so it's interesting that these cards are coming up in the challenge position because this is someone who feels like they failed you or they were unable to have a successful commitment with you. Even if you guys were in a higher level of commitment, they feel there were certain things that were handled or mishandled, I should say, or handled in a very immature way. There are certain things that this person could have done or said that they wish that they could take back. I do feel this is someone who's acknowledging their faults, but there may be something that they're frustrated about as well, or there may be something here that they disagree with when it comes to the connection as well. Justice and the King of Swords being very honest, receiving the clarity, and it's usually cutting ties, right? So you and this person could be in a no contact period, right? We do have the vacate card, but we have the toxic card as well. So what's not working could have caused, obviously, a separation or for the both of you to stop speaking to each other. And they're still thinking about you, but because it's coming up in the challenge position, I think they're equally as reminded of what did not work in this connection or where the both of you went wrong. I'm also strongly getting here, Aries, that this person feels like if the both of you were to work on the way that you guys communicate with each other, things could have been a lot better. So you're going to know your situation better than I will, right? But I can give you a few examples, like whether it's there's one person here who always wants the last word, and maybe that's something that the both of you could have worked through and that would have resulted in better communication. Maybe there's someone here who likes to raise their voice. Maybe there's someone here who, can't have a normal conversation and it always turns into a harsh exchange of words. Maybe someone here who's very defensive, right? This is not to play the blame game, but I am strongly getting in the challenge position someone who feels very challenged by the way that you guys communicate with each other. It may be great when things are flowing, but how you communicate with each other when things are difficult could be like a make or break factor, is what I see here. Okay, so in their feelings, we have the Page of Swords. So this is a lot of curiosity. And best believe, even if you're not communicating with this person, they're keeping tabs on you. They're checking up on your social media. They're very curious about what it is that you're up to. But it's not a direct energy, right? So it's not someone who's reaching out to you or asking you the things that they're curious about. There could even be something in particular that they're trying to figure out about you, but they're trying to figure that out without having to ask you. The Knight of Swords, Page of Swords. This is strong energy of wanting to communicate with you, but there's definitely strategy behind this communication. So whether it's asking you one question, hoping that it leads to the answer of something else that they have in mind. This could be someone who is, communicating with you again, but there's strategy behind their communication in terms of maybe subliminally, hinting something at you. But I do feel like they're keeping tabs on you, and with the Knight of Swords, that could be unexpected communication. That could also be like a very like an energy of someone who is getting their point across, but it could be a little bit of a petty energy also, where it's like wanting to have the last word, which brings me back to what I was saying a few minutes ago. There's a concern about the way that you guys have communicated with each other in the past, or there could be something that they communicated to you that they wish they could take back. Even if it's, I shouldn't have said it in that manner, or I shouldn't have used those words. The World card in their feelings and the Two of Swords. They feel like a cycle is closing out, but they're having a hard time seeing the bigger picture. You know, a generic example, if it's like two type A personalities, it may be that when you guys are disagreeing, it's like fighting fire with fire. The reason I say that is the Two of Swords in their feelings is a strong energy of someone who feels like, well, things have always progressed in a similar manner between Aries and I. When it's great, but when we disagree, we can't see eye to eye, and it becomes very difficult. They're having a hard time seeing how the both of you could do things differently. So there could be a pattern here or something that feels very repetitive. It could be an energy of you standing your ground and this person standing their ground. But if there is not a level of compromise, they feel like it would be very difficult to do things differently or move forward here. There could also be a conversation that happened very recently where it's still very fresh on their mind, and they're still thinking about it and feeling impacted by it. The Hierophant, some of you could be dealing with the Taurus and the Three of Wands and the potential outcome, planning for the future of this connection here. This is definitely someone that you are in a higher level of commitment with, A or B. That's what you guys were working towards, and there is a very large history that the both of you have. In the potential outcome, I see someone who still has commitment on their mind, but they feel like this commitment needs a plan. You know, this connection could have started off very quickly, but it could also be that this person wants to think about things thoroughly or do things the correct way this time around. They feel like there was a lack of planning. It was kind of like going with the flow or taking things one day at a time, where there's nothing wrong with that, but they feel like there was no plan in place about what you guys were working towards. It could also be someone who feels like what you wanted from this connection was very different from what they wanted. The Hierophant, yes, it touches on commitment, but it also touches on your morals, your belief system, your values. It could touch on religious or cultural factors. So those may be aspects that really impacted the both of you, or something there could have been a deal breaker. The Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. So someone who was utilizing this time that they have to focus on themselves, but it's also causing them to realize the worth and the value, or how much this connection impacts them. I feel like this is someone who realizes your worth and value, but with the Empress and the Hierophant, it's like a strong energy of, we have built A, B, and C together. Some of you may even have children with this person, where they're still reminded of you, but they also feel there could be some things that they want to work on. So again, it's not someone who's completely blaming you. They are owning up to their mistakes or faults here. But they feel in order for the both of you to, progress or move forward, it may be some sort of healing that needs to take place, but also the way that you guys communicate with each other is being highlighted here. Three of Wands and the Empress. You're the entire package to this person. Hence why, which is why they're still thinking about you and thinking about this connection. But there's something about feeling like there needs to be a plan, or there needs to be more structure, right, in their approach moving forward. Okay. For some of you, even if you are in a separation with this person, and the potential outcome with the Three of Wands and the Empress, that could be someone who sees the potential of what you guys could work towards, or how things could be better between the both of you. But it's also a strong energy of, let's take it step by step. Let's not rush into something. Like, let's start from scratch, but let's build on a stable foundation. Okay. Is there anything they want to communicate? So it says, I can't be with you. Right? We have the Nine of Pentacles clarifying the Hierophant there, and we also have the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Swords, which is a separation or detaching from a situation. So there could be a reason why they're unable to invest in a situation with you, whether it's they need to focus on themselves, whether it's something else that they need to detach from in order for this situation to not feel toxic or unhealthy. I want to tell you how I feel. I miss seeing you, and I am waiting patiently. Three of Wands could also be, waiting for a sign or waiting for the right time here. And there could be something that this person is working through, or they're waiting for something to settle in order to fully invest in this situation here. And then bottom of the deck, it says, I am afraid to contact you. So this could also be an individual who's fearing your response in the current moment. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.